Today I'm going to tell you why you, yes, you, should be lifting weights. Hi, I'm Dr. Rick Gotting. I'm a practicing orthopedic surgeon, and I've been transforming my health, my life, and my practice using the principles of metabolic health, with the biggest foundation for me has been the carnivore diet and its application of the ketogenic principles of dietary management. And today I'm going to talk about something that doesn't matter what your choice of diet regimen is. You need to lift weights. I don't care how old you are, you need to lift weights. I don't care how overweight you are. I don't care if you're 87 years old and you've never lifted a weight in your life, you should be lifting weights, and I'm going to go over why. Number one, increasing your muscle mass increases your metabolic rate, which can really help if you're obese. So if you're on carnivore and you're trying to lose weight and you're kind of walking and doing those things, that's great. You should be walking, you should be swimming, or you should be biking or something along those lines. If you're really obese, probably not good on your knees to be jogging. Maybe you can get to that. But you should be doing some sort of cardio exercise, but you also should be lifting weights. Increasing the muscle mass increases your body's ability to absorb glucose into the muscle cells, and then they're used up in the strength training, and then you won't get so much insulin resistance by having excess insulin and excess glucose. The excess insulin to take care of the excess glucose, because the glucose is going into the cells easier when you're strength training. Cardio burns calories, but strength training does it in a totally different way, because the cardio, you're building a different kind of muscle. You're building fast twitch type 1 muscle fibers when you are strength training, and it's slow twitch type 2 muscle fibers when you are doing cardio. And they have different metabolic parameters, but overall you want to have you want to have both. And the ability of your body to regulate many hormones is improved by having an increased muscle mass. So that's a great reason for anybody to add muscle training, strength training into your regimen, if you really care about getting healthier. There are other reasons as well. Your base metabolic rate, the rate at which you're actually burning calories, goes up even when you're at rest if you have more muscle mass. I mean, think about it. Those muscles, they're never really completely at rest. I mean, even when I'm sitting here right now, I'm not thinking about it, but I've got muscles in my back that are working, my shoulders. I'm staying upright in this chair, so I have all these muscles that are actually working while I sit here. So the more muscle mass you have, the more your body needs to use up that glucose. And so in addition to that, there's bone health. Okay, obviously this is something that I'm very aware of in my practice. And what you see as people age is many people will get osteoporosis. Osteoporosis is where the bones become weaker and they don't resist fractures as easily. And so one way to prevent that from happening is to do strength training. And also walking is good too. If you're not doing anything at all, whether you're on the carnivore diet or not, go start walking. I can tell you, after 20 years of being a physician, an orthopedic surgeon, I have not met a lot of 80-plus-year-old people who don't exercise. Most of the people who are in that age group, if they don't exercise, they're just barely hanging on to life. But the healthy, vibrant people that you see at 80-plus, they all at least walk. And I encourage them to lift weights because, again, it makes you less fragile overall. And you don't have to lift a lot of weights. You literally can you could probably get depending on what you're looking for, you could probably get a 1 pound, 2 pound, 5 pound, and 10 pound. And for some people, that would be all that they would ever need. And if you do that, just do some curls and some shoulder lifts in between. Even if you did it after every commercial, just a few, it would make a difference. But I believe strongly that good health is a commitment. And that if you're going to make the commitment to good health, there are some pillars. And to me, it is, I'm going to say it in the order that I number one is diet. You cannot be healthy without a good diet. Now, I think the carnivore diet works great for me. Ketogenic was okay for me. If you're having success with another diet, go ahead and do it. I'm not here to tell you what to do or not to do. I'm just telling you what works for me and lots of people, except for the weightlifting thing. This is the one thing where I'm going to say you should do this. I won't tell you shouldn't eat vegetables. I won't tell you should be carnivore or even ketogenic. What I will say is it's worked great for me and for many of my patients. But what I will also say is you should get exercise. You should have a good diet, and you can choose what that is. For me, carnivore is working right now. And you should have an exercise regimen that is regular, and it should include strength training. And then sleep. So diet, exercise, and sleep. I think that, these things, they come off and it's like, oh, the doctor said to get more exercise and eat a better diet and get some sleep. Yeah, but I just want you to know how good it is when you can make that transformation. I mean, I was really sick, and a big part of it was my sleep, and I didn't know it. Of course, my sleep was off because I had sleep apnea. I had sleep apnea because I was obese. I was obese because I wasn't watching my diet, even though I was exercising a lot. Some people, like me, are just not able to out-exercise a bad diet from the fat perspective. But today's video is about strength training, and I want you to understand that I think it is critical. It is easily as important, maybe more important than cardio. Some people might debate that, but I think if you're only going to do one, I would strength train. But I do cardio myself. I've started doing sprints. Dante Ferrigno inspired me to get started on sprints. And I ride my mountain bike a fair bit, and then I strength train. And what I'm saying is there's loads and loads of evidence that strength training has multitudes of benefits. And people, you don't have to go to the gym and lift big weights and try to look buff and all that stuff. Although I'm trying to, but if you are elderly. Let's say, like I said, if you're 87, you pick up a 1 pound weight and lift that. And then maybe in a month or two, you can get a 2 pound weight going. Maybe then 2.5. It'll make a difference. It'll make you feel better. It'll make you, it'll increase your metabolic rate. It'll help you sleep better, which will then help your overall health. So I realize that this isn't some kind of rocket science new study. I'm just making this video to try to encourage people. That's the whole idea of my whole channel. I want people to feel as good as I'm feeling. I've just got a whole new lease on life at 54 years old, mostly because I changed to the carnivore diet, and also because I've stepped up my physical activity a bit. What I would say is I'm doing more strength training and less cardio, but I'm not spending more hours in physical activity. And I'm just getting so much of a better response to it because I'm on the carnivore diet instead of this yo-yo keto during the week and then kind of going off track on the weekends. So now on the weekends, if I go off track, that means I've had a little cheese, but I'm not having pizza, which sometimes used to happen. So understand that strength training to me, it's not even optional. I tell my mother she should. She hasn't yet, but there's still hope. I tell all of my patients, hey, you should be strength training. Just buy a little weight. I know most people aren't going to listen to this. Most people aren't going to change it. But if one person out there starts strength training and has a good health result out of it, well, wasn't this video worth it then? So just a little quickie today about strength training, and I really encourage it. I think it's a super important part and should be part of your weekly regimen at least a couple times. And so if you've enjoyed this, please like and comment. Let me know in the comments if you're strength training, or if you are elderly in strength training, or if you don't like strength training, or if you're mad at me for saying this, or anything. Just drop us a comment, let us know, and please subscribe to the channel if you enjoy it. You can check out some of the other videos and see what they're about. Take care.